Hey guys, so today I got the do-it-all handle as well as this wireless mic. I bought the DJI Pocket 2 by itself, so I had to buy this, stuff on its own. But I'm gonna go ahead and take this chance to show you guys some of the items I've gotten, from my travels and stuff like that. I think it's a good opportunity to show you guys. Plus, there's some stories behind some of these items. So, okay, so first we'll go with this one. So this is my 30mm Sigma lens. I took this one to Corpus Christi with me, and when I took it to Corpus Christi, there's these rocks that go into the ocean, and they have it's just the ocean on both sides, and you just walk up, and just people usually fish out of those and everything. But I was out there taking pictures. I'll probably post one of those pictures on here in a second. But I took pictures at the end right there, just taking pictures of boats and everything, and I was taking selfies too. I had this tripod set up there and everything, and whenever I was not paying attention, I set this to the side because I was switching to my 16mm to get a wider shot, and this one was laying on a rock, and I guess something moved it or something, or maybe I moved it, but it fell. And before it could fall into the ocean and me just lose it forever, it fell in between two rocks, and it got held there, and it didn't fall into the ocean. So this Sigma is a survivor for me, at least. Let's see, should be able to see I don't know if you can see that, but you can see where it lodged right there, and maybe on the other side somewhere. Yeah, right there. See that scrape mark right there? Right there. And that one. Yeah, so now you know which sides it was that it lodged itself in between the two rocks, and I didn't lose this lens to the ocean. So I'm never getting rid of this. This is going with me wherever, forever. Okay, so it's gonna be a whole bunch of random items, completely different. But let's go with this Pelican case. So this Pelican case, I got it from B&H Photo in New York City, and I wanted to get something there because I had very limited time. My brother and I had a reservation somewhere, and we had to be there because it's during COVID, and reservations are taken very seriously. If you don't show up within a certain amount of time, then they cancel it, and somebody else takes your spot. So I went to B&H and I wanted to buy something, but I didn't want to buy something super expensive because I already had bought really expensive stuff that trip so far. So went ahead and bought this. This was $20, but I bought the wrong case first. There's the Pelican as well, but it's I don't know if you guys know, but it's the memory cards that are way bigger. I guess they're for older cameras or something, or maybe professional cameras or whatnot. But it was just a tiny bit bigger than this, and I thought it was the same thing, so I just bought that. So my brother calls me and he tells me, "Hey, we need to be at the reservation at certain amount of time." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." So I was on my way, and then I look at the box, and then I see the picture of the SD cards on there, which they weren't. So I had to go back. I had to go through this whole process of going through B&H customer service because they have different sections in there and everything, with the lines and whatnot. So I ended up going back up there, getting this, and going back down, and had to return the other one to get this one, and then leave and take an Uber to go back to the hotel so I could leave my gear, and then go to the other place. So go to make the reservation. But yeah, that's basically how I got this Pelican case. This is literally from B&H Photo. I had to get something, since I saw it on the way to the vessel. I was like, no, I have to stop here, because I think that was the last day I was in New York City too. We were about to leave that day at 5 or something like that. Okay, and let's see. These shoes right here are 270s, Nike 270s. I don't know anything about shoes. My brother does. So he recommended I get these at the Nike store. They've been really comfortable and everything, so it's nice. But yeah, I got these in New York City, and there's a whole bunch of scrape marks on them. I don't know, let's see, there you go. all those scrape marks and everything is from running in New York City subways, trying to get to the spot where I was going to go pick up my phone, as well as trying to meet the guy at 7 and then, you know, later at 9. I'll link that story down below. That story is pretty crazy. Losing my phone and getting it back on the same day in New York City on the subway. So, okay, let's see. That's that. Let's see. Okay, here's one. Okay, so for this one, it's a whole bunch of coasters from Cancun. Went there, I believe it was last August. I think so. Yeah, I think it was last August or something like that. But for these, we were leaving the airport, and this is where I found out that, you know, you need to give your bank a heads up when you're going to another country or going somewhere else out of state or wherever, or because your card won't work. So luckily I had my friend there, and she went ahead and, you know, used her card to buy this for me, and I just sent her the money for it and whatnot. But I was like, why is my card not working? But that's where I found out, you know, you have to give your bank a heads up for all of that stuff. Let's see. Okay, so what I'm wearing right now, this is from Uniqlo. The first store I went to those was in New York City as well. A lot of really, really good clothes, the type of, like, you know, plain, no graphics, nothing type of clothes that I like to wear. But yeah, that's where I discovered that this is my favorite brand. So I've been using the app, getting clothes after clothes, you know, shirts and everything. This one's from Target, but, you know, just a whole bunch of different types of clothes from Uniqlo, like this one. This one is a pocketable parka. Let's check it out. So it, you know, it's water resistant. It's wind resistant as well. So just take it out. This is the one I'm going to be taking to Colorado. So you take it out, and yeah, it's pocketable, water resistant, and wind resistant. So this is going to be really good to wear up top on Independence Pass, right next to Independence Lake, as well as Lost Man's Lake, which I'm doing next month. So that's going to be fun. It's going to be like a 10-hour road trip to Colorado Springs, and then a 4-hour road trip all the way to Glenwood Springs, which is, you know, where I'm going to stop and then go back around and just see other stuff as well. But it's going to be kind of like a loop, just back and forth. Okay, oh, here's another one. Okay, so this one. Well, actually, since we were just talking about Independence Lake, this one. This road video, a lot of my gear, for some reason, has been Survivors. So, this road video micro, which is like, you know, a mic. So this thing, I was going up to Independence Lake because we had made a stop right there, and my dad and I, it was just my dad and I going on this road trip, and we went to the start of the trail, because it's just a little trail going up and everything, but I had never done a trail at that altitude. So it was harder than I thought, and I wanted to go up and down before it got dark. So I was hauling ass, like going all the way up as fast as I could. And, you know, I was tired. I was breathing really, really hard. And this video micro, whenever I went up to the lake, I saw the lake. It was beautiful, you know. Every single time that I saw a horizon of a hill going up, I thought, you know, the lake would be over that horizon or over that little hill, but that wasn't the case at all. But with this, I went all the way up, I saw a lake, came back down, and as I'm going down, I saw another guy walking with his dog, and I thought that was the way to come up, but I'm guessing this guy had been up there multiple times, so he knew his way around. But I didn't, so I started going the way he came up, and I didn't get lost, but I did get, you know, misled, because I knew which direction I needed to head to. I couldn't find the trail that I had taken to come back up. So I was going through water and everything, because the lake is up there, and then it has a whole bunch of streams that go down the mountain, you know, just letting the water run and whatnot. And one of those streams, I had to cross it, and at that time, I was holding this, which is a switch pod, right? Yeah, switch pod. So it extends like this. It's a tripod basically for the table, and then whenever you're ready to, like, get up and go somewhere, or you want to talk, you collapse it and you just hold it, and you're holding your camera up and you're able to talk to it and whatnot. So I was holding this and I was, talking to the camera as I'm walking across this like little creek area, I would say. It's fast running water, but it wasn't like that much water. So I go to the middle rock and I slip, and my camera hits the surface of the water, and I take it out. So I'm like, okay, my camera's okay. Like, it didn't get like, super wet or anything. It's fine. So I go to the other side and I just keep talking to the camera, which, by the way, I don't know if I still have this footage, because I was, skeptical about releasing that footage, just because it wasn't like as good as I wanted it to be. I guess it was just practice. But I ended up losing my mic, because the mic fell into the water, and it was just in the water. And I was looking around, looking on the grass, seeing, if I could find my mic anywhere, and I couldn't. So I just put everything down, like everything I was carrying, and I started going through the creek area, trying to find, my mic. And I found it. I found it lodged under, like right next to a rock on the little crevice of it, like this. And it was just, running water going through it this whole time for at least like 8 minutes that I was looking for it. So I take it out, and it's just, super wet. And I'm like, oh man, it's ruined. There's no way it's gonna work. So I took the cat off completely. And I was so paranoid I was gonna lose it, so I took it off completely, and I separated the mic from the stand right here as well. And I put this part right here, like just this part, under my armpit, going on the way down, because I wanted to like it to dry and whatnot. So I was just holding it like this the whole time while I was going down, just trying to see if I could save it, and I did. That night, well, as soon as I got back to the truck, we went up to go to the bathroom, because there's this like viewpoint in Independence Pass, where it shows you, the elevation, and it has a sign with the elevation on it and whatnot. And we were able to, go to the restroom there and change, because that time when I was up there was really, really cold. For some reason, it was during the summer, but it was raining, so it was cold, and the elevation, I guess, makes it colder. But as I got down, I had to change my clothes because I was wet, because it was raining as well. It wasn't like, heavy rain, but it was misting, but it was enough to get me like really, really wet on the way up and on the way down. So I checked it. I was like, mic check 1122, and just on my phone, because you can tell the difference on a phone, between the audio of the phone and the audio that this gives you. So I checked it, and it was working. I couldn't believe it. It's a trooper. It's just, my gear just seems to, push through stuff that I put through it. So, if you get stuff, for sure, get this, Rode Video Micro. It's been a trooper for sure. Okay, let's see. Okay, so now I guess I'll show you guys my, well, first let's show you this. So this right here is what I use in most of my photo shoots. These cities that I've been going through, I've been trying to set up at least 2 photo shoots in every single city that I go to, just to get more variety for my Instagram and stuff like that, because that's what I enjoy. I enjoy portrait photography as well as, street photography. I do much more street, but I also do a lot of portrait whenever I go to these places, as well as people around here in DFW. So this speaker, my brother got it for me last Christmas, and I've been using it ever since. Every single photo shoot that I have, I like to play trance, just because, it flows with me, and it makes it, I don't know, I feel like it makes people more comfortable. At least I feel like trance does. Some people would, have them choose, give the model the option to choose, the type of music they want to play and whatnot. But most of the time, most models, or that I've seen, most people that want to model for you, They don't want to, you know, have to like figure out what music to play and everything. So whenever you take control and you tell them, hey, we're going to play trance, they're like, okay, cool. Yeah, this sounds fun. And, you know, I haven't met one person that doesn't like trance. So usually like Dash Berlin or Armin van Buuren, Netsky sometimes, which is, you know, drum and bass. It's a little different, but, you know, it's similar. So I play stuff like that to above and beyond to get them to relax and, you know, just get comfortable with the shoot and just be a fun experience for them. And most of the time, most people that I've done photo shoots for, they start dancing to it. So it's fun. Okay, so let's see. Next, I'll show you guys some of the backpacks I have. Okay. So this one's the Peak Design 30 liter. This is the older version. I think this is version 1. I'm pretty sure there's version 2 out now, but this is the one that I started with. I started with this one. It was good. I don't know what happened. You know, I mean, it's a great backpack. It's still really good. It's just kind of fell out of love with it for some reason. I don't know why. I just started using it less and less, and that's why I didn't take it to Seattle or haven't taken it to any other thing. But I mean, it's a great backpack though. I use it more as an everyday backpack now, not really for you know, camera gear and whatnot. Nowadays, I usually use that more for taking stuff to work, or, you know, whenever I need to take my laptop to a coffee shop and just edit and stuff like that. That's usually what I use that for now. This one is Ben's Photo backpack. It has, like, you know, a back entrance and everything. It's nice. This is the one that I took to Seattle. Oh, now that I realize it. So okay, so the main reason why I took this backpack to Seattle and I didn't take my Peak Design backpack is because my Peak Design isn't really water resistant. I took it to do some nature shots in a trail that's close to here, and Eagle Mountain Lake Trail. Yeah, and it got sweaty all in the back, and it's just, you know, it pushed through the material and everything. And I was like, oh no, I mean, if I'm gonna go to Seattle where, you know, it's known for raining, I want something that's more water resistant. So I got this one, and it has all these like slots in the back. Yeah, I mean, it's good. It was good for what I used it for. Used it on that trip, and now I use this backpack mainly for the shoots that I do here in DFW to take my gear. That's what I use mostly nowadays, but it's also a roll up. So you take this up, it rolls up, you're able to fit much more stuff in there, rolls down. It's kind of like that other backpack, but less expensive, because this was only $100 on Amazon, so that was a good deal for me, at least. Okay, and usually what I do for street photography, whenever I'm not doing a model shoot, that's for like my model shoot stuff. Whenever I'm not doing model shoot and I'm just doing street photography, I use this Hex backpack, Hexbrand Sling bag. It holds the gear that I needed to hold. You know, it's just basically 2 lenses and a camera, and it has a whole bunch of different little pockets to hold SD cards, as well as, you know, anything that you might need to take with it. But what also sold me on this backpack is because I do a lot of stuff outside. As you can see, I like natural light more than I do studio light or anything like that. So even on my photo shoots, so for this at least, it also has a little thing that comes out and holds it like this, so you can put this on and, you know, water just falls off of it and your gear's protected. So that's another reason why I like this one so much, and it's much more portable than the other backpacks. And that's usually what I use for my street photography. And then when it comes to traveling, this is my baby for traveling. Like, it still has the little thing from this past weekend when I went to Chicago. I didn't check it in, but that was just the hostel that I was staying at. It was taking care of the bags until it was time for us to go, so I left this backpack there, and I took that sling everywhere. but this is the backpack that I used to travel on. It's a ERA backpack by Travlwear. It's nice. It's water resistant. I wouldn't say it's waterproof, but it's water resistant for sure. It has a USB connection right here, so you can actually have a battery bank inside and then just you know, have that connected to your phone while you're walking around. It fits nice. It's big. It's what is it? Carry friendly, so you know, you can just take it with you on the plane. You don't have to check it in or anything. But let me show you this stuff real quick. So this stuff right here comes off this top bag. And check this out. These things come out as well. You just do that, lift them up, and they come off. This right here is where should I keep, you know, toiletries and stuff like that. Or sometimes whenever I don't want to take my Hexbrand backpack on a trip, I'll carry my camera gear in here. You can carry, you know, your SD card case as well as 2 lenses and your camera, batteries, just, you know, the regular stuff that you need. And it has like a little sling on it, so you can actually hold it and wear, like, you know, kind of like a sling itself. So it's really nice. And then this right here has this opening. This is the main opening, and it has a whole bunch of compression, you know, bags in the inside as well as over here. So you're able to fit a lot of clothes in here. Usually, though, I've been figuring out that it's better to just take like 2 or 3 pairs of clothes, especially whenever it's just like a 4-day weekend or stuff like that. Just because it's much more convenient instead of having to haul stuff around. And usually, from how I am, I like to buy clothes where I go, so it's best to like take less clothes. But it has a whole bunch of like little pockets. You know, this, like, I usually use this for my AirPods. And then you open this up, and this front pocket right here has a little bag in it. This little bag can be used to hold your shoes or you know, laundry for whenever you're going from one place to another. This can be really convenient for next year whenever I go through Switzerland, Italy, and Germany on a road trip. So that's gonna be fun. But I'll show you. As you can see, my mind it jumps around a lot because I'm always thinking about 3 or 4 things at once while I'm talking, as well as, you know, where I'm just thinking. So I do that a lot. Get used to that. Okay, so this right here, you know, it opens up. It holds your a laptop right there, as well as a tablet. But according to Travlwear, it can hold 2 17-inch laptops, which I believe it can. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you know, I thought it was 2 17-inch laptops that they said could fit in here, and I'm pretty sure it can because it's pretty big. But it also has this pocket in the back to hold, you know, passport and stuff like that, just your money, your wallet, just more secure in the back. But I've enjoyed this backpack. I can see myself using this backpack for a really, really long time, just because it's so good. I haven't had any issues with it whatsoever. The zippers are amazing. It was worth the money for sure. It's not that expensive. But yeah, now you can hear that dog. But yeah, that's basically what I wanted to do. I wanted to test out this mic and show you guys some of the stuff that I've done over the travels. And there's so much stuff left to do. Just as a future plan, let's go ahead and tell you guys. So for June, road trip to Colorado. July 4th, road trip to Glacier National Park in Yellowstone. That's in July. In August, I'm not 100% sure yet what I'm doing in August. In September, though, I'm going to Hawaii. October, not 100% sure. November, going to Peru. And December, not 100% sure again. Might do Miami again with my family. But for January, some friends want to go to Colombia, so I'll probably join them for Colombia. That's going to be fun. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now, and just waiting to see what comes next. Lots of little adventures, lots of content to come for sure. And thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.